This is the picture in question. I'm just going to hold it up for you for a second. Barry, Dwayne, and turkeys. And it helps me to look at them both because I sometimes switch. Barry and Dwayne were both blondes in the same age, about 10 or 11. And it was Barry's uncle who found the turkeys. So the story has a beginning, has a prologue. Driving along the night before Thanksgiving, he thought he saw, in a somewhat inebriated state, something white alongside the road, so he stopped. And when he approached it, it started to run. He just instinctively chased it and caught it. It was a turkey. He thought, oh, well, good enough. He threw the turkey in the trunk, went down the road another mile or two. There was another white object along the road. He stopped. There were 3 of them in the end. A crate must have fallen off a truck, burst open, and scattered turkeys through the county. So with the 3 turkeys, I arrived for Thanksgiving, driving from Pennsylvania. The boys met me at the car. They said, we have got this fantastic picture planned. We've got 2 turkeys. 1 turkey we couldn't save, but we thought 2 would be enough. And we want a picture. And I said, okay. And so we walked down, not very far here. The trees were much smaller. It was all open ground then, and grasses mostly, very few and only small trees. And so we pulled out the various accoutrements and so forth to set up the picture. And they said, well, we need this paint can and this pot because we're going to sit on those. And put the turkeys down. And they said, and the turkeys are really strong, maybe we should tie them up somehow. And they said, let's hold them. So they arranged themselves, and I put a turkey in both sets of arms. And I'd gone back to the camera and set it up, had actually done everything I need to do, focused, put the film holder in, pulled the dark slide, cocked the shutter, was ready to go. And I hear the sound behind me says, oh, come get the turkeys. And I turned around and I went back to get the turkeys. And one had struggled loose and had started to fly. And the wing had struck Barry's eye. And you know how that hurts. So I took the turkey, 1 turkey from Barry, put it on the ground, took Dwayne's turkey, put it on the ground. And I took about 2 steps back to the camera. And without turning, I just reached out and clicked the shutter. Because I intuitively felt that if I waited until I got into my place and looked back to see what was there, that somehow it would have vanished. Well, in the end, we took about 10 pictures, 4x5 black and white negatives, and processing them and printing them after Thanksgiving at home. I was really disappointed because I realized these children had instigated something miraculous and I had let them down. And I was telling this story to a friend from Richmond who had also been in RPI at the same time. And he's looking at the 10 prints on the contact sheets and he said, you know, I know you're disappointed, but you should look at this. This one's not that bad. It maybe is something. And I said, I think I'm too disappointed to get excited now. But on his encouragement, I went back and I made a print. And I think I was still discouraged for a while. Over time, like so many things in life, you realize that you could never have done anything really important by intention. That if I had thought it up, if I knew what I was doing, I would still have been dissatisfied. Somehow, the thing that I had not intended, that just happened, transcended my expectation. That's why I didn't understand it. When you do something you've never done, you're at a loss. You just don't know. And only under those conditions can you do something new. And as I went through 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, about a 5-year period, I knew that in this place, the natural goodness tenderness of these people were inventing what I was finding. They had to invent it before I could find it. I couldn't impose it on them. Now, they wouldn't have been so encouraged to invent the gesture if they hadn't had an audience with a camera.